Hello, today I'm reacting to Marvin Gaye, What's Going On from 1971. The requester said the song reflects on racism in the Vietnam War and a plea for understanding and change. Okay, let's just get into it. It's only 3 minutes and 51 seconds, so hopefully, um, yeah, let's just listen.
Hey, what's up now? Brother, what's up? This is a groovy party, man. I can dig it. Stop right on. Hey, man, what's your name?
Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Right on.
Hey, man, what's your name?
Right on. Right on.
Everything.
Everybody thinks we're at home. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply cause our hair is long. Oh, you know we've got to find a way. Bring some understanding here today. Oh, oh, oh. Picket line and picket signs don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Ooh, right on, right on. Right on. Right on.
Wow, that's really good. I never knew that was about that. Like I think I've heard that song a lot. It's pretty common. It's very famous. But I always thought it was about like a love song. I never thought it was about a protest song. So I really had to listen. And then I'm like, oh, it's like brother, brother, father, father, mother, mother. Um and yeah, there's a lot of very like why is this happening? Kind of like what are we doing? But I think what's interesting, and this is what I picked up at, and I've never thought of this before, was there's a lot of background talking and random little singing going on behind him, especially in these like instrumental parts and woo and whatever. And if you think about it, that's kind of, you can interpret that as background noise, meaning like there's a lot of background noise. You have to cut through the narrative. Because a lot of the whole what I've heard about Vietnam, and remember, I saw the movie Hair like a lot as a kid. Okay, so and I saw Forrest Gump. They go to Vietnam too. So I understand that there was a lot of protest against the war, that people in America just felt it was unnecessary, and why are we sending our kids to die? And then I also understand that a disproportionate amount of African American people died because they were like sent, they were drafted, and they couldn't get out of the draft as much, and they were put into like worse positions that were more dangerous. So I understand that too. So that would be like very applicable here, of like how terrible it was. And but I think what I'm saying is there's all this like background chatter, and I think that's kind of like the distraction from the truth, that like the propaganda machine at the time was like, kind of still in that World War II mentality. And they thought, oh, we'll just keep that same patriotism that like brought us into World War II, and that will kind of still work. But the difference was that people were not behind this war in the same way that America was very much behind World War II, that they felt it was vital that they helped their allies in the UK and other parts of Europe that were taken over. And then, of course, when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor and they opened up the South Pacific Front, that also became a big deal. So America really had to go to war in World War II. Plus, it was, a noble cause to save a ton of people who were getting persecuted by Hitler, right? So that's very different than what the premise of the Vietnam War was, which was communism in Vietnam and different faction in Vietnam, basically, and trying to make sure that the communist faction did not gain and retain power, essentially. But since it was such a bloody guerrilla warfare, because it was combat in these jungles and stuff like that, it was just a very high casualty war. And a lot of people just didn't know. And again, here I am educating you. You guys can educate me because I'm just saying the very like high level, like what I remember from US history and movies and stuff like that. But obviously you guys can comment more on that. But I think this protest song, it's very different than there was like, like the Bob Dylan type protest songs that are just very direct, you know, and ones that are just very straight up saying like we're anti this war. You're old enough to die, but not for voting. Tell me over and over. I just heard the Barry Maguire, right? So we're on the eve of destruction. But this is like kind of like subdued a little bit. Like you're not exactly sure it's about Vietnam, It could be about a few things, but I like how the message is subtle and then kind of hidden behind the noise. And then among a beautiful orchestration and combination of kind of groovy Motown beats, but like different. I can't describe it. It's like a nice blend of things, I guess, which is why it's such a nice song, which is why I have heard it because it's very famous. But again, I didn't know that it was about Vietnam until today. So this is why I'm so happy that you guys send me requests, and that you, especially when you send me background information like that in the form, it really informs me. Inform. Okay. So I really do like that. It helps me know more, because otherwise I wouldn't have known that this is necessarily a Vietnam song, because I just thought it was like a love song. Um, I just assumed because the way it sounds, it sounds more like a Motown love song than it does a protest song, which I just think about like the Bob Dylan type protest songs. Um, so anyway, there's that. I love it. So thank you so much for that request. Let's mark it off the form because we get so much pleasure by marking that green, don't you? I do. Okay, next we have, oh yeah, if you want to be on my form, just fill out request form. That when you fill that out, it literally goes onto my spreadsheet directly, okay? So send me the link, tell me what you want me to listen to, give me background if you want. That just goes straight to that form, and that's what I'm using. And I think it's a pretty brilliant way to do it versus like comments. I can't just filter through my comments and copy paste and type, and it's too much. So fill out the form. It keeps everything streamlined. And that way I can, especially if you are tipping, I do cross-reference. So when you guys say $20 PayPal, and then I see your name and I see PayPal and I go, oh, that's it. Especially when you write in the PayPal what song it's for as well. Then I go, cross-reference. And I do cross-reference that. And I go, oh, yes, they did tip. That helps. So that's why I like to know where you tipped so that I can just cross-reference it. just so I have my records. So, but no tax on tips. So these are just tips. All right. We have more to do. I'd say that was from December 5th. Today is December 11th. So good. I'm running less than a week behind on requests, and that's good. As long as I stay under 3 weeks, I'm happy. I would like to be under 2 weeks of return time, but if I'm within 1 week, I'm doing really well. Okay, so that makes me happy. So as long as I'm within 2 weeks, and then when they go up, they're usually members only. But if you are very generous, I've given everyone pretty much, yeah. And if you were neglected in this, just please reach out to me or comment. If you made a request and I publish the video and you're not a member, I'll just send you a free month of Patreon so you can view it right away. Okay. Because you're tipping. So I'm going to give you a free month of Patreon so you can see your video right away. You don't have to wait the extra 2 or 3 weeks of my queue of my videos going from members to public. So if I haven't done that and you did tip, please tell me. And of course, I'm trying to be very attentive to all of you, but I'm also now having 13,000 subs, which is like really exciting. But with that comes, I'm still just managing this channel by myself because I'm not in a place where I should have any more than that. I'm not big enough yet to have a team, not making that much money at all. So can't afford a team. So in the meantime, here I am, 13,000 subs. But as that grows, it means that I have to just keep track of things and I need to have better organizational systems in place to properly run this to the way that I like, because I am a person of integrity. That's always been who I am. When I started my business teaching piano and voice, that was just one of the things that I was really standing by, was like integrity, keeping my appointments, being organized, making sure that everything was always done correctly. And so that's just how I am in everything. So yep, so that's that. And use this form to request, and please subscribe, and you can tell your friends about my channel if you like it. And I love it. We're going to have such a varied future because we're going to have everything from the Kinks to Nightwish to Zappa, more Zappa, Sideways to Travis Meadows, Matt Corby, more Tool, Stevie Wonder, A Soul with No King, more Nightwish, Stevie Wonder. Okay, so we have a very woo all over the place channel, which I like. I like that I do all types of music, and I'm just going with the organic direction of my channel. Because when new people join, let's say you were a Beatles person, then you requested something that was similar to that, and then the Chicago people came, and then the Steely Dan people came, and then the Grateful Dead people came, and then now the Ren people and the Aurora people and the Warning and the Bandmade, so that's all kind of and it just becomes this big an octopus. It becomes an octopus, and the chart just goes off, and I like that. That's how my brain works anyway. It's very so I'm random like that, and so I appreciate it. It keeps me very stimulated, having such a big variety of music. So thank you. And that's me. I am a piano and vocal coach. I am in a band called One Man Gone. It's a Grateful Dead cover band, but I think this will just be my first of many bands that I'm part of. Of course, I would love to have my own act. I have written some songs, 7 songs, so maybe one day I'll perform a performance of my songs, and I think I need to write 7 more so that I need to have a full show. 7 isn't enough for a full show. It's barely first opener status, so I could be the opener of an opener if with 7 songs. But if you want to have a show, you need to have more than that. Though, of course, I could do a lot of covers, but I don't want to do covers. I mean, I do, but I like to do my own music. You know what this alarm was? My wake up alarm, just in case I slept in late today. But I didn't. I woke up 2 hours ago, and I've been making videos all morning. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.